right, let's start.
Hey.
Get closer to each other.
I'm gonna sit right here.
Happy Easter!
My name's Christina.
I'm Christine.
And this is our first podcast episode. Thanks for coming.
It's Easter and it's also 420.
It
You're
is.
looking
Isn't
at
it
doors.
Look who's talking.
Personally, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it seems like I don't have the caffeine energy that I had last time. And that's because I don't have caffeine with me right now.
Do you want to go grab a gorilla?
I already had a Grilla. I had my Grilla at 10 a.m. when I woke up at 10 a.m. today. So.
Really?
What did we do yesterday?
Yesterday, we drove up to 100 miles away, and we went to Young LA Community Day at the Young LA Gym in this location.
Chatsworth. That's where it is.
Chatsworth. In the mountains.
In the tins.
Could have gone to Six Flags, really, if we made a wrong exit or anything. Wouldn't that be so crazy? But we went to this thing because we're trying to try new things.
Isn't that what it's all about?
The other day, Crispy's mom said, "You guys got to try new things," and we took that personally.
I would like to preface that we do try new things, actually.
Yeah.
We do a lot of new things recently. We love new things. And the only reason that she said that was because she hasn't called me in weeks. Honestly, so the Young LA Community Day was super fun, but it's because we made it fun, is my thing. It was really cool to see the gym, but what was not cool about it was all of the 17-year-old shirtless boys with perms working out around me. But what I did love about that was that I was outlifting them.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a really good feeling. I don't know why it's a good feeling because they, again, are 17-year-old little boys.
You love being the alpha, and there's nothing wrong with that. God forbid a girl has to reiterate her role in the world.
God forbid a girl wants to catch a vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Whoop, whoop. Baby, are you coming for the ride? And something else that you pointed out, you win, and you pointed out something yesterday that was a very, it was an astute observation that needed to be.
You. Wow, I love that word.
Of course. I love to use big words, here and there.
Even if I don't know what they mean.
I know what they mean for the most part.
No, I'm saying that if I don't know what they mean, they will still be coming out of my mouth, and it'll be, adjacent to what it actually means.
Izzy loves doing that, too. And then when I correct her, she'll go, "I like my version better."
Yeah.
And you know what? Pop off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's because I said it, and
what
I'm
a woman.
right.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. So.
Astute observation.
Yes, it was that we were the hottest girls there.
Yes.
First of all, before I even expand on that, duh.
And however, after I did say that, she did point out that we were the only girls there.
That's because we're different.
We're just different.
We're so different. Well, of course, we're the only two.
Yeah,
I'm
only
tired.
only two girls at a male-dominated event. Okay.
Funny, it's called a male-dominated event when we dominated
the males.
The vibes.
And the males.
Hey, can I switch? Mind if I switch it up?
Yeah.
Should we just play a game, RQ?
Yeah, what game?
Try to guess the word that we're thinking. Do the 3, 2, 1 word guessing thing.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Where we try to guess the same word by saying a word when you count down from 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think of a word.
Are we gonna do a theme?
That's a great idea.
Let's go. Since you guys will be seeing this in 2 weeks, however, we are filming on Easter, so we're gonna go with the Easter theme, I think. Wow. Foghorn.
That sounded like a curse word from SpongeBob.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Foghorn.
Thought we were going with the theme.
I didn't think.
Didn't think. No. Okay. All right. 3, 2.
Wait, do you think I would be able to
different
think?
word. We're starting with a different word now. 3, 2, 1. Spring.
Grass.
I was gonna say grass. 3, 2, 1. Green.
Easter.
3, 2, 1.
Rabbit.
Eggs. pause. I just want to know if you are considering what the connection of the two words would be when you guess the next word.
Not at
You
all.
would say.
What an astute observation
Thank
you just
you.
made with bringing up the rules of the game. Something I haven't considered before starting to participate in it.
We're gonna try again. No theme. 3, 2, 1. Blue.
Yellow.
All right, come on. 3, 2, 1. Green.
Green.
Yeah! This is the first time we've ever done that.
God, no, first try.
Yay! I've never played this game before.
Oh my God.
This is the first game
We're
we've
like
ever played.
kindred spirits.
That was a fun game. I really don't want to like push our luck and go again.
Let's stay on the theme of Easter. Can I tell an Easter
Easter
story?
Yeah.
One time for Easter, I got a helmet.
Yeah, you need one of those
Well, I used the shit out of it.
day to day.
I guess so. I'm ignoring your mean
Used
comment
it on my
joke.
walks. I used it when I was eating cereal. I
Every
used it.
time I used it, it's really comfortable when I wore it to bed, shower.
I love Carlos from Big Time Rush.
Oh my God! Why was he wearing that? I feel like I've grown into James.
I was always Kendall. I love big eyebrows.
Oh, same. I don't mean as a fan. I mean like personally, I identify with James.
Oh.
And that's like the least likely in my mind that I would ever be like, yeah, when I grew up and I turned into whatever.
Who would you say I am? Because I'm thinking Kendall.
I think Kendall too, because he's alt.
He's kind of annoying and like overbearing and. Anyway.
Hey, give me your hand. So?
Let's go back into holidays. It's also 420. I'm not a big weed person. Christine loves weed.
Whee!
Yeah, and she's one of the lucky ones.
It's true.
I would say I'm cursed. It was good for a while, like 2 years probably, and then all of a sudden, nightmare.
Yeah.
The one time that we celebrated 420 together
Celebrated.
before moving to LA was we went to Jerry's Trivia.
Shout Jerry's Trivia in Norwood, New Jersey.
Bro.
Wednesday night, Jerry Trivia, Joe Trivia, New Jersey. You got it, Jerry's.
I had a little nerd's rope.
Where'd you get that from?
Shout out Dankmates, Philadelphia, the first ever weed service run fully through Snapchat, sending PDF menus.
Stop.
Bro, I definitely still have some of their menus somewhere.
Wow.
It was like Postmates, but dank. So Dankmates.
I don't really know what Postmates is still, but
Like Uber Eats. What do you mean you don't know what Postmates is?
I think what it is because it's like, are you ordering from an online menu?
And
But
then
Uber
they're-
Eats is like you order from other menus and then an Uber person takes it.
Yeah, a
and delivers-
Dankmates person delivers it to us.
But,
Same with Postmates. Postmates is the exact same thing as Uber Eats.
okay. But isn't it, you have to do it through that app though?
Same with Uber Eats.
Okay. But it's only with the compatible
Yeah,
restaurants?
but that's every
Gotcha.
food
So,
service.
does that mean the Dankmates?
It was only their stuff.
Okay.
Like, because there wasn't like a lot of
That's on like PDF menu.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must not
it was
understand.
a full menu of it with like the bakery and then drinks and pre-rolls and like fucking shatter. So I was like definitely set up in college. And then sometimes they would throw in like a little edible when I would order stuff. And like I was mostly like a smoker. I'm really like the edibles is definitely not where I stand in the weed community. But they threw in a nerd's rope for my last order. What I was able to bring to this gathering at the Jerry's Trivia was my nerd's rope.
Yeah, it was like, I figured at that point, I didn't know that you had gotten that as a gift with purchase. I figured it was like somebody from your job was like, yo, do you want this? And you were like, yeah, sure, I'll probably use it at a party or something.
Yeah, I'd been holding on to it for a while.
That's nuts.
So that's also why I was like, oh, if I take the amount that I take, it's not going to be like that hard anyway. So I take about an inch's worth.
What are those, like a foot? Nerd's rope is like
Maybe
a foot?
even like a foot.
Okay.
So I took about an inch, and Steen ate. I took that inch straight to the dome because we are murdering Jerry's trivia, absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, where's my tongue? Can't feel it. My throat is both the size of a straw and also the width of the room. So how am I supposed to breathe?
I also remember you, because we were sitting at the bar, and the bar seating was like...
I was just going to go here with this.
It was like never at a good level of like...
Yeah.
Where the bar sits and where the chairs are. So you're always just like...
Yeah. That or like you're
look
sitting
so
far back.
uncomfortable.
I was like this.
Yeah.
On the edge of the bar.
Yep.
And I turn and look up. I go, I can't be here anymore. And I just remember being so mad at myself because we were winning. Like, we were actually doing... And we never do well at Jerry's Trivia.
We do as well as we want to.
And we were getting every fucking question right. And I'm so pissed off at myself. Because I was like
third or
like
something.
A little bite.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting in the car. Izzy drives me home. And she's like, how much did you take? And I, like, show her, like, with my fingers. And she's like, you took that much?
No
What
way.
a bitch. What a fucking horrible friend.
You're an asshole.
So then I'm like, is that a lot? And she's like, no, that's not, no.
Wake up.
Why are your eyes rolling behind the back of your head? Why?
Stop making that face. Everyone's mad at you.
Yeah. So then I had to go inside to my mother, and we had just gotten like a little kitten. So she was like, here, just lay on the floor. And she puts the little kitten on top of my chest. I'm like, wow, I'm home.
Aww.
I'm home. And then I went to bed listening to Rain Johannes. Magazine. It's like the only album that can get me out of a panic attack. And there was one year where it was my most listened to album.
Awesome.
That's like how I like to think of 420.
Yeah.
With terror.
I had also eaten some of that rope. I couldn't tell you how many inches. I drove. And usually edibles take a while for me to digest, metabolize, whatever. It takes a while for it to hit. So I have some, and I drove, and I'm comfortable. Like I did not have a designated driver, you could say. But I did call my friend Kate, and we had a talk. So I had like some coaching through the drive home, but I didn't think it was like hitting me anyway. I had been in the driveway for I think 45 minutes before I realized I was home and didn't need to be in the car anymore.
Yeah.
We just missed it.
Oh, is it 421? Oh,
We just missed it.
that's so disappointing. Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to wait till 422.
I do have something to share.
Are you doing a public reading for us?
It's a prayer.
Oh, it's 422. Because it's 420, too.
Again. Yeah. Or also.
As well as.
If I could just share a prayer with everyone.
Please close your eyes and join
Bow
hands.
your heads, etc. Close your legs. It's Easter Sunday, also known as 420. Leaf emoji, puff emoji. Time to celebrate the resurrection. Eggplant emoji, cross emoji. Of our sweet Savior Jesus. Wet splash emoji twice. With some heavenly green in capital letters. Angel emoji, leaf emoji. Praise it. Prayer hands emoji. as we head for the Garden of Pleasure, eggplant flower, the only thing rising, fire, today is our joy as we roll one up, plant fire, leaf, and pass it around this emoji, spiral emoji, tongue emoji.
Do we want to keep telling weed stories? I think that's fun.
Yeah, tell another one. That was fun.
Okay, one of our friends, someone who knows I simply cannot handle weed the same way other people can.
She said it. She's made it clear.
I've made it clear throughout the past year friendship we've had with this person. And if they're listening and you think it's about you, it is. It was Halloween, my favorite holiday. And we got to go to our favorite bar. I, with the heaviest of hearts, was looking for a cigarette. And
That was really brave of you.
thank you.
To admit.
I have to admit it. I went around. I think I merely mentioned it out loud. And,
I went around.
And our friend came up to us and he's like, yo, there's a cigarette right here in my hands. I rolled it. And I was like, really? Just a cigarette? And he's like, yeah, it's a cigarette.
Meaning nothing else in it besides just the cigarette part?
Exactly. I clarified such a thing. It touches my lips and I begin to inhale.
Jealous.
And he goes, oh, and there's also that wax that I keep trying to get you to smoke in there. Several times been like,
Yeah.
yo, I gotta get you to try that, like hit this
Yeah.
bong of this
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they call
And
it.
you know what? Like, if you are asking your friend who isn't like a big smoker and you're saying, I've got to get you to try blah, 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 and you're asking them to take a fucking dab or clear a bong,
Yeah.
fuck off. What
It
are
was
you
literally
doing?
like, hey, not in this lifetime nor the next will I be doing that with you.
Do you guys want to buy my bong? I'll sell it to you for really cheap. Hey, we don't want it. No, I'm trying to get rid of it. It's really nice. We're not going to use it, and we don't want it, and we don't want to buy it, and we don't want it in our house. Are you guys sure?
And not to be redundant, we've always said that.
Yeah.
And so instead of listening to me, he drugs me. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, Crispy, I completely forgot. How could you forget the one thing about me that you know?
You forgot when I clarified with you and said, hey, this isn't weed, it's just cigarette. Right? You forgot that?
I didn't want to be high. I'm a trooper, I'm not a quitter. So I did end up just getting shit-faced. And then the same thing happened to me a week later.
Damn.
So yeah, so now I don't smoke cigarettes anymore.
Damn. That's also, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes in general.
In general. I feel like I've been talking this whole time.
I liked your stories.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I hope I told them well, and I hope you guys got a giggle out of that, because
I sure did.
in looking back at it, yeah, it's kind of silly. However,
We've got more stories where that came from. I'll tell one now. My first time ever smoking weed was like very safe, contained. I was with my brother and his friend. I vaped the weed, so it wasn't even like hurting my throat or anything. I wasn't like...
she vaped the weed.
No,
I know.
It was like a slow cooker, electric.
The packs.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It could have been a PAX, actually. But that was in high school. And I, didn't get high. Freshman year of college, I realized everybody smokes weed. And everyone loves it. And it's
That's
so
really
cool.
it. It's the freshman year of college.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I gotta get in on this. I love the culture. So I tried taking a hit of this and that, and this and that, and this and that. There was something about it where I just never did it, and I don't think it actually clicked what's supposed to make you high. Until I am walking across one of the quads. I get a text from my friend Brooke, and she's a couple years older than me. And when you're a freshman and you're friends with anybody who's an upperclassman, you're gonna be like, let me drop everything and go see what's up, no matter fucking what. Brooke invites me over. I go upstairs. She's with this guy she's seeing at the time. and he has this pen, a wax pen. I had never used one. And he has this little piece of like parchment paper or wax paper on Brooke's desk. And I'm like, what's that? And he goes, this is shatter. It's called shatter because it looks like broken glass and it's really strong. You should try some. Hands me the pen and I get high. I get real creative and I start helping Brooke make snacks. None of what I made could have been good. At some point, I decide it's time for me to walk back to my dorm, and I am high as for the first time. Walk one building quad over or whatever. I walk into 207 and I take 2 Jeebs that same night.
Wow.
And they weren't water bottle sized. They were...
Glass Svedka bottle sized?
Oh, no, Ricoloff. I've seen them use the same alcohol to clean the grills at hibachi restaurants. That's what I was drinking on a regular basis because it was like $7.
And then now that is what you are smoking at.
and then that bottle manufactured, engineered even, into a gravity bong, which I was taking in the shower enclosure of a freshman dorm.
What'd you use as the bowl?
I think a bucket.
A bucket? No, I'm talking about the where you would put the weed in it.
You know, like my drill bits?
Yes.
Yeah, those.
Yep.
Those, like...
That was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those, you know, the classic...
Yeah. My dad had a lot of those go missing.
Awesome.
Okay, on that note, I'm sorry, Mom, that this is the first podcast from us that you're hearing. I don't smoke weed, and I don't do drugs, and if I do, I ask a lot of questions. So...
It's true. We've all learned. We could all learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
What they are, that's not up for us to decide. That's for you to interpret. I don't like the way my hair feels on my skin right now.
All in all, be safe. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, okay? We gotta go eat some eggs and provide some fruit to a group of gay individuals.
And that's exactly what Jesus did on the Last Supper, if you really think about it.
Really think about it? It's so true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Christ is risen. Happy Easter. Christ is risen. Christine risen. We're gonna go to the horizon and watch the sun set down, blitzing. Not talking about the reindeer. I'm talking about the rain, dear. I'm talking about, let's grab some beers. I'm talking about Easter bunny ears. I'm talking about...
Nice.
I'm talking about just smile and forget your fears.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be releasing a new podcast every Friday. So please stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe.
If you liked watching this, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, leave a comment below telling us your favorite weed. And when
And then maybe some more games.
Yeah.
And if you see this and you're like,
What would you like to hear from us?
Yeah, if you have a game in mind, don't text us individually and be like, what if you tried this game? I'm literally telling you to bypass the texting and go straight to the comments and comment your thoughts.
Comment your thoughts, please.
Do you agree?
Agree.
Cheers.